Welcome to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast with your host, Emily Rose. Regardless of the career field, the lifestyle, everyone is mostly figuring it all out. This podcast is where we pull back the veil of perfection and share true stories, experiences, encouragement, and of course failures, detailing how people just like you are making it all happen, despite the uncertainty, the fear, the imposter syndrome, the setbacks, the shame, whatever it is. If you believe there is more for you than what your life looks like right now, you're in the right place. Let's figure out our next steps together. Now let's get into the episode.
Let's do it.
No, you're so out of it, though. I want to make sure you're in it.
Hello.
Okay, I think that's good.
Yeah?
I think that's good. Okay, here we go.
Where are we going?
Okay, how do I, Gruska?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Is it right?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's many different pronunciations.
Okay, what's
been
the
told-
correct pronunciation?
I've told everybody all my life it's Gruska. S-Z, Gruska.
Okay. So you've told everyone that, but is it?
There is allegations that it's Grushka.
Grushka.
And there's like that whole school SH thing going there. And
Okay.
I don't love teaching people that one.
So you're Polish.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome to the Mostly All Figured Out podcast. I'm your host, Emily Rose. We are back in the Buffalo Public Library again today. We love the space. We love the library. Thank you to everyone who pays taxes. We love it. And we have a guest today.
Me?
Mostly known as DJ A of the Record DJ Company, but also known as Andrew Gruska or Grushka, depending on who you ask.
It's out. It's out now.
Now everybody knows.
Thank you for having me.
He's
Thank
a
you for having me.
Polak. I can say that because I am also. So
You have Italian though too, right?
no,
No?
I'm
It's all?
100% Polish.
Okay. All right.
All Polish. What about you?
There's a lot of Sicilian.
Okay.
That's where
That makes
I
sense.
was like, all right, we got to like curb this tone a little bit because everybody's like, no, you're this, no, you're that.
No, we're American.
Yeah.
We're just a mix of so much stuff. Like even I've been saying since I was a kid, like I'm 100% Polish, but like no, I'm probably not. My parents did the Ancestry.com.
I've been curious
thing.
about that. How does it turn out?
Well,
Scary.
I wish I'd know. They didn't share it with us. I'm like, we got it for them as a gift, and then they were like, yeah, it's really fascinating. I was like, yeah, it'd be cool to see. It's me too.
What? Yeah. What? Isn't that the whole point? Is to like figure it out and share, or do we not want to know?
I don't know. But I think I remember them saying like, yeah, we're a little bit of this. And my mom had like maybe some Irish or something. I don't know. So I'm going to find out. Maybe I'll bring my mom on and be like, all right, in front of everyone, you need to tell us our lineage.
Truth, Mike.
Right. What's happened? You lied to me and told me we're 100% Polish and we're not. So welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is awesome.
I know. I'll be honest with you. You were on my list for a while. And yeah, you really were.
Really?
Because you have such great energy and everybody's about to see it. I hope they can see it. Like, I'm really trying to make sure you're in this.
I have
here.
a face for radio. I have
Stop
a face
it.
for radio.
Stop. You have a face for this podcast.
Let's do it.
So here we are. We're going to talk to DJ and when did we first start working together? How did I meet you? Was it for Creative Mornings?
I think so.
I think
I
that
think
might be
so.
the first time
Buffalo's
we
very
really
small,
worked together.
so-
But I'm trying to remember because I know they asked me like, "Oh, do you have an idea for a DJ?" And I brought you in, but like, did we work on something before that? I can't even remember. Like that was probably maybe 2018. Because I definitely had you do the first solar celebration for
Right.
Light, and that was 2018.
And I definitely did some creative mornings before they started to happen here.
Yeah, you
in
did.
some various locations.
Yeah, you were the first one
Maybe.
that we had, the first DJ we ever had.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I like pioneering things.
I
Even
know.
if they fail, there's no expectations though.
But yeah, true. True. But it didn't fail. It was really well.
it was
It
fun.
was great. Yeah, we had a good time. Yeah, I don't remember. Maybe I might have been maybe Mike Hooker. Maybe I really don't know. I can't
You know
remember.
what? You may have a history at St. Joe's Musicals.
Yeah,
Right?
I do. Yeah.
I wonder if I ever did anything tech-wise during then.
I don't think
No?
I knew. No, because we're the same age, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you wouldn't have been doing any tech stuff then. Like, when did you Okay, so you are from Buffalo.
Yes.
We're getting ahead of ourselves.
Born and bred. Oh, let's
Born
go
and
there.
bred in Buffalo.
Yes.
You went to St. Joseph's Collegiate Institute.
I did.
Excellent. When did you graduate?
06.
06. Okay, I graduated 07.
Right.
So that makes sense. So
Realm of same age.
exactly. So were you? So you didn't do any musical stuff then? Obviously.
I was never in the
maybe.
musicals, but I did a lot of the tech work. I was
Okay.
like the behind the scenes, sometimes sound, sometimes creation, sometimes stage crew. That was my realm.
Got it. Okay, and I did the musical my senior year, so you would have been gone then. So we wouldn't have crossed paths there.
Yeah, guess not.
But
Swing
now,
choir?
no, I didn't do
No?
swing choir.
Solid.
No, so I was the first of, I mean, you've seen many,
camera there.
there you are, look at.
There's a camera.
You have seen many of my siblings because 4 of them went to St. Joe's.
And some were in swing choir,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Some of my sisters and a sibling were in
Okay.
the swing choir. So I was the first one to like do anything there, but it was towards the end. So I
Right.
auditioned for my junior year. I auditioned for, what was it? The Adam and Eve one.
Godspell?
No,
that's not Adam and Eve. I mean, sort of
It
not.
was like Children of, I don't know.
Oh,
what's
Children
that
of
one?
Eden.
Children of Eden.
That's
That's
the
the
one.
one. Yeah.
Okay, so that
Yes.
was my senior year then.
Yes, correct.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, so one of my really good friend at the time, Manuela, she and I auditioned, and she got in, and I did not. And I had dragged her to it too.
Are you
I
still
was like,
friends?
We haven't talked in a while now.
Okay.
Not because of that. Though.
Not okay.
But yeah, so I didn't get in, and then I was determined, so I went back, got into Oklahoma.
Nice.
Okay. Great experience, loved it. But then after that, all of my other siblings, they all did, except actually Tyler did jazz band, maybe. A couple of them didn't get involved in, maybe Tyler and Liz were the only ones who did. I don't know. There's too many of them. But a lot of them did swing choir.
You do have a large family.
I have a
It's
very
hard
big family.
to keep track.
A lot of them did the musical. So okay, going back again. So you're from Buffalo.
Yes.
Do you have any siblings?
I have a sister.
Okay, older or younger?
Older.
So you're the baby.
I am.
Okay, and do you identify as the baby? Do you feel like that's correct?
So there's another part to this story.
Mm.
We've never lived together.
Oh.
So not sister from the same parents, per
Okay.
se. Half sister, I guess you'd say, which
Mm-hmm.
as a kid I said, and then I grew up and I'm like, she's still my sister. It's not half.
Yeah.
You're not just half a sister. You're
a whole
whatever.
sister.
But we've never, as far as I remember, lived in the same house at the same roof under the same time.
Okay.
So
Do you
I'm
have
an
a good
only child.
relationship?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's nice.
She
What's
lives
the
in
age
Colorado.
difference?
14 years older.
Oh, wow.
She
okay.
has a little bit of knowledge on me and experience,
Sure.
we'll say.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. But that's good you have a nice relationship still.
Yeah,
That's really good.
I would like to go to Colorado more.
Yes.
Business doesn't always allow that.
Sure.
but-
Sure.
Yeah.
So, did you always know that you wanted to be a DJ? Like, did you just have like a love for music and entertaining people?
Yes.
Really?
That's yes. Always. I mean, if I was able to pull up photos from like 4 years old, I'm at like grandparents' house, sitting on like a table next to the turntable, picking the songs at a family party.
Oh my gosh.
Then.
So who had a turntable? Did you would you have a DJ?
Oh
that
no,
you'd be
not
like,
even
"I'm
a
coming
DJ
in"?
turntable. Oh no, it was just like a regular like a record player that you had hooked up
Yeah.
to your speakers. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was on the top of an entertainment center that I swear everybody had this brown entertainment center that was like a certain size, a certain height, and I would sit on the table and I would pick the records and play them at the party. Not like it was mixed or anything. It was just
Yeah.
I played the music. And that was the way to do it.
I love that. From that little,
not-
you were the music man.
Didn't even know what I was doing, but I knew I loved music and I was like, yes.
So okay, so then after St. Joe's, where did you go after that? What happened?
I stayed on Earth
Okay,
in
that's good.
Buffalo.
Yep.
I've never lived out of Buffalo yet.
Okay.
I guess I should say yet.
Yeah.
There's an urge there at some point.
Okay.
I went to Erie Community College North Campus
Okay.
for culinary arts.
Okay, wait. So this guy over here is like, wicka wicka, from like 4 years old.
Yep.
And then he's like, I'm going to be a chef.
Yep.
So how did we get there?
No, like, yes. I'm a creative. Let's
You're
go
a
with that.
creative,
And you know what?
yes.
This always comes back to that.
Yeah.
I still didn't know what I want to do. I still don't know what I want to do. I would love to do other things.
Yeah.
But I went to ECC with like, I have a hobby. I love food. My family loves food. The Italian, the Polish, you all love food.
Yeah.
Everything around family is around food. So it was like, I'm going to do something that I love, but maybe something with my hands. I like doing that. And food was the answer. Could have
Yeah.
been a mechanical engineer.
Yeah.
Food was the answer.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. So you
Food.
did that for how many years?
Let's see. I went to right out of high school. I went to ECC.
Yeah.
So that was like what, fall of 2006.
Okay.
Is that, yeah.
Yep. That's
Is that the
right.
right math?
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying
That's
to do
correct.
math here,
Yeah.
not what happening. And then, so it's a 2-year degree, but I didn't get my degree right away. I actually went and got a business degree as well, and then got both of the diplomas at the same time.
Okay.
And it was a little weird because all of my friends that were in my little 2-year program, which was a very small program, like
Sure.
family style,
Yeah.
graduated together and then left the building.
Yeah.
There was only like one person that stayed on and was like, I'm going to business school. So we did the business school thing, and I took that degree. But all the meantime, I was working in restaurants around the area.
Okay. What restaurants did you work at?
A few. 11 before I hung up.
11?
Yep. I was only the actual chef of one restaurant. And I
Okay.
have to say quotes because the term is used differently now than it was then. You were
Sure.
always a cook.
Yeah.
Now everybody is just out of term of respect, you're a chef.
Right.
Or at least, you have the aspiration of a chef.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
So where were you a chef?
do I go in order? I mean, the first one was in Williamsville, and it was named Verbena, which was
Okay.
before that Daffodils
Oh,
for like
yeah.
40 years.
Yeah.
And the chef that opened it as Verbena, I was his first hire, like his first employee hire. I didn't graduate yet, and it was like, I'm graduating in May, they're opening in May. We had this like, it worked.
Yeah.
Great chef, taught me a whole hell of a lot.
Cool.
And it lasted like 9 months. Bad investment or bad something. Something went sideways.
Yeah.
He left. I didn't want to be there anymore because, the captain of the ship is left, and now new people
Right.
are coming in telling you what to do.
Yeah.
Only child syndrome. You don't like being told what to do.
Yeah.
That's a difficult one for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I have
And
that.
then it was
I have
restaurant after restaurant and trying them out from there and there.
Yeah.
Am I in it?
Yeah. I'm making sure you're in view.
But you got to be in it too.
I'm here.
Okay, you're here.
I'm here.
I'm there.
You're the star of the show.
Oh God. I just want to hear the radio. I don't even want to see my face. I'm like staring off into a corner here like there's something to do.
No, it's good. This is good. Okay. Any other places that you care? You don't have to tell us the whole thing.
Oh,
but,
I
like,
mean,
that
there was many. I
Yeah.
mean, there was ones that we opened, and then there was ones we closed.
Yeah.
Bambino downtown?
Yeah.
It was Duo or Due before that.
I
for
don't
a
even
brief
remember
stint.
that. Okay.
I worked there for the closing week.
Oh wow.
And it was the same chef that hired me on the first gig. He was brought in as like their whole staff walked out. What do you do?
Oh my gosh.
So they brought him in, brought our little like team in. We cooked Valentine's Day weekend. They did a great job. And then after Saturday night, the owner comes in and goes, closing the doors.
Oh
It's
my
like, this
god.
got kind of awesome. Weird energy though.
Weird energy. Wow.
Cheers.
Okay, so you're cooking around town. You
Yep.
got your business degree, your culinary arts degree.
Yes.
Um,
No music degree.
no
No music education.
music, nothing.
No. I like wires and plugging things in and trying to make it work, and
Yeah.
that's my knowledge on that.
And that's it. Okay, so what? how did we get here?
To right now,
Yeah.
oh my God, there's so many years in between. We don't have enough space in this hard drive. I don't know.
When did
the
you-
universe lands you in funny ways?
So what do you think it was? Was there like one thing that like tipped you off into like, oh, maybe I need to do this? Or was it like a bunch of things that slowly got you into it? How did you like?
I've always done it. Like I said, from the little kid thing, like
Right.
I can go back to like playing soccer in elementary school, and they'd have the banquet at the end of the year, and I would ask them to play music at the banquet and provide the sound system. I'm in the grade with the kids, but I'm like, I don't want to sit with them. I want to like play music.
Yeah.
I want to make people have a good time. And like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I think it's that mentality that I've just kind of carried through. You can do that with food. You can do that with food. You can make people
Yeah.
have a great time.
For sure. Yeah.
But music is a thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So when did you officially start the record DJ company?
Like get a license, like a DBA thing?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like July 1st of 2010.
2010.
2010 was
So
a
it's been
DBA, so
14
like
years.
sole proprietorship kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So are you an LLC now?
Yep.
I need to do that.
Did that July 5th of last year or 2 years ago.
Very cool.
Whatever.
Yeah,
So
I know. The last couple
We
years
moved
they
up to the
blend.
big boy status, but we also pay more taxes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Learn
want to
that
talk
one.
about taxes.
Oh,
I
I
can't do
know.
that.
We don't
Whenever
have to
your
go into that
taxes
one.
burn in. So okay, so in 2010 you start the business.
Yep.
And were you?
But I was still doing things. Like
so you were still doing
Oh,
other
yeah.
things at that time. You
Yeah.
weren't just like, okay,
Oh,
I'm a DJ now. Bye.
there was no money in it
Yeah.
yet, and I didn't know anybody to like help me out. My family wasn't like in advertising or music business, so it wasn't like, hey, here's my bar owner friend that can like hook you up with a Friday night gig.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of find the way.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, working some restaurants.
Yeah.
Difficult though because DJ gigs generally happen
Right. At the same time as restaurants are open.
our
Yeah.
busiest. Yep.
Yeah.
So that was
Right.
always been a fight for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which one do you love, or which one's gonna pay the bills?
Yeah.
Sometimes
Right. Yeah.
both, hopefully.
Yeah, right. So, at what point did you feel good about like just fully going into investing all of your time into the record DJ co and like being like, this is my full time situation?
I hung up the proverbial chef coat in 2016 in
Okay.
July or August,
Okay.
and I was like, I'm gonna go for it. And
Yeah.
if I don't make it, I'm young enough that I can go back into the restaurant. I can do something else.
Yeah.
But if I don't do this now, there's like no chance I'm able to come back to this at 45 years old, or I would not even start it now. If that was,
Really?
yeah, I wouldn't start over.
Why?
It's so much harder now. The music is so much more different than it was before.
What do you mean?
2016 was a really, even like 2010s, there was a lot of music coming out that was all radio hits. And by radio hits, I mean they all had a dance beat on them. So all I had to do put them together, loop them, connect the ends.
Yeah.
And music has changed severely. If anybody listens to any music now, you definitely know that. There's classics, and there's remixes, and then there's new music, and people don't respond to new music the way they did to older music.
Really? What do
You
you
know what
mean?
I
No, I don't. I'm trying to understand. So they respond differently now.
Yes.
And when you say older music, do you mean like the music from 2016 or like?
I mean,
old-
we
like
can we can
oldie?
go way back because I can hit a high school dance with like, we're in Buffalo, so the shout song, for instance. Actually,
Yeah.
let's go with Earth, Wind, and Fire, September.
Okay.
I
yeah.
can play that to probably any crowd, kids to retirees to nursing homes. Everybody knows that song. Everybody will dance to that song.
Right.
You can't do that with a song that came out today.
Mm,
Or if you can, it's very difficult to find one.
that everybody can be like, oh, this is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is hard.
Like when it comes to a pop song.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Even any style, because
What do
there's
you-
so many niches now.
What do you? Okay, so that's why you think because there's just so many niches. What do you think? Do you think that like apps like Spotify and Apple Music and like the accessibility of music is the reason for that? Maybe.
They have helped
Yeah.
you find infinitely new music than if we didn't have the ability to go and discover new music. Because if we just only had Kiss 98.5 or the local radio stations, you are being told what to listen to. They are, paid to play you music. It's probably the same music over and over, a majority of them. Now that things are so digital, and I don't even mean now because, I had Spotify in 2016. My playlists start back then.
Yeah.
And they just get bigger and bigger and different, but there's so much difference between.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we now have access to just everything from like indie stuff too. I mean, I had my brother on here last week, and was it last week? No, the week before I had my brother on. I can't keep track. And he has a band, Johnny and the Mad Kids. They're great. You should play their music. And they, they're on there. Like, follow them, Johnny and the Mad Kids, if you aren't already. But anybody, I mean, literally, you could get any music on there. It's wild.
You can
there's
rabbit hole
every
quickly too.
genre and genres you didn't even know exist.
Yep.
And so, there's a lot of opportunity for more niche situation. Will you just hit just touch that so the screen comes back. There we go. We're
Don't
still
go to sleep on us.
here. Don't go to sleep. I'm doing, by the way, no editing on this
Oh,
because it's
no.
going up today, the day that we are recording. So
I was
don't mess up.
I was going to ask you that at the end of this. You should have not told me that
Yes,
because I'm like, all right, I
sorry.
probably got a buffer period where I can like calm my
No,
nerves.
if
No, it's
there-
going up today.
If there really is, sorry, it is going up today.
Yes.
But if there really is something that you're like, oh, actually, you can take that out, I will do that. So
I will
you
just
let me
start
know.
swearing immediately.
It's
No,
okay. You can swear on this.
Oh, wow.
Fuck.
Are we on an adult
This is
podcast?
a grown-up
Oh, okay.
podcast. Yes.
This
This is not for the kids. Although we've not said anything that the kids couldn't hear now. But
Yet.
you don't know
No.
what's coming, right?
Yeah.
That's right. But what was I saying? Oh, the niche. Yeah. So there really is an opportunity for like people to really get granular with what they want. So
that's a good word.
I know.
I like that.
Right. I like it. So 2016 is when you went full time.
Yeah.
What? And you were just kind of like, you felt like a sense of urgency, like now or never type of thing.
Yeah, it was, I think I had enough of that restaurant, or at least maybe just that like style of food or something.
Yeah.
I had felt like the hamster wheel thing kind of happening, and I was like, I like what I do here, but I like this more, and I can make a go of it. And again, if I flop, I flop.
Yeah. What do you think got you a lot of your clients? Like, when you made that leap, did you have enough to live?
No.
Okay, yeah.
That's funny.
That's kind of how I was, too. when
I
I
had
started.
been building for a while.
Yeah.
Some clients that I have every year, like school dances, like, a handful of schools. Shout out to like Narden Academy, for instance.
Yeah.
I've been working with them since like I was in high school and doing gigs with them. And thank you, because I couldn't be here today without people like that.
Yeah.
And so I had some stuff, but then it was like all I had to do was figure out how to fill in the gaps in between. There's slow months for a DJ in a place where there's less outdoor gigs.
Right.
It kind of makes sense. At least you'd think so.
Yeah.
There's always things going on, but it doesn't mean. I mean, depending on it, it's a seasonal. We live in a seasonal place.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah. So, how do you think? So now you're successful.
No, oh yeah, millionaire.
No. Yeah. But
actually, no. I am super blessed.
Yeah,
I really
if
am.
you look
I
at
really am.
where you are when you
God.
started to where you are now.
16-year-old me is super happy. 20-year-old me is happy. 25-year-old me is pretty damn happy.
Yeah.
30-year-old me thought maybe something should be a little different.
Yeah.
Or 35, or maybe I should be driving a different car, or like, I don't know, doing things differently. But
Yeah.
no. I keep getting these reminders all the time that like, wait a minute, you are doing things that like you only dreamt of, and you figured out how to like manifest that into reality.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
Right.
It's
exactly.
not real.
That's right.
It's a dream.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wake up and I'm still 16 going like, he did well. Oh wait, it's fake. That would be a nightmare.
That would be so sad.
Yes.
So I just had a question for you, and it's gonna come back to me. Might need to edit this out. Sorry, everybody. This is the real behind the scenes episode right here. Oh, have you ever had a point, especially since 2016, where you were like, fuck, I can't do this anymore?
Yeah, several.
Really?
Many times. Right around COVID was definitely a point. I mean, we're all
Right.
unsure of like life at that point, but
Yeah.
no DJ gigs.
No DJ
No
gigs.
DJ gigs. And a virtual DJ gig is sad.
I know. I brought
So
you on
sad.
for a couple. I know I
did
did.
my best.
You
but
did, you
Pushing
did.
energy to a computer, like I can't even barely look at this camera right now because I'm either going to be an absolute ham or, just something. I can't,
Yeah,
that energy
yeah.
doesn't. You need people. You need the real
Yeah.
energy of the people in the room. And
Yeah.
it's so hard to create that otherwise.
Yeah, it's true.
No way.
That was tough. I was really lucky during that time because I went right before the pandemic started. I went on staff with Push.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, thank God I did that
Hell yeah.
because
Boom.
I would have been screwed.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that was one where I brought you on to do the breakfast. Yep. Yeah. I was thinking about that, actually.
We
recently.
were wearing masks in a theater room.
Yeah.
We are talking about that breakfast, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we were
at
socially
Ujima Theater.
separated
Yeah.
with one Ethernet cable into like 10 laptops
Literally.
trying to like piece together a dope Zoom meeting that we somehow pulled off.
Right. We couldn't figure out like how to do the videos, and then we found out it was because we needed a PC and not a Mac.
Right.
Which came up recently. I thought of you literally yesterday.
God.
I was at the Powerhouse downtown, and they were like,
nice.
okay, for the videos, make sure you bring a PC and not a Mac. And I was like, at first I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I was like, no, it's not.
No.
I know that.
Some
I
things
remember
just,
this.
you know, I hate to say it sometimes, but
It's-
some things work better that way.
It's weird.
It's the way it is.
So in those moments where you've had this like doubt, whether it was, well, where does that first question, where does that come from? Like, does it come from feeling like, oh, I don't have enough clients? Does it come from feeling like imposter syndrome? Like, do you ever feel that? Okay.
Yes. I mean, I started this with a $1 and a dream kind of deal.
Yeah.
I started this with, I have no real knowledge or real education. I just know what I want to do. And here I am doing it.
Yeah.
And that is as risky as I think it gets.
Yeah.
And at the same time, yeah, you have the biggest thing I always thought, like, in a minute, I can lose it all.
Yeah.
I still feel that way.
Yeah.
I mean, one wrong move and you can lose it all.
Yeah. But so what do you think pushes you through those moments where you're like, I got to keep going?
You just gotta.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
I don't know,
must have like,
perseverance.
well, you must, I think underlying, you have to have a true like belief that you're doing the right thing. Like you
Oh.
have to believe
Yeah.
that you're in the right place, you know?
Yeah, I feel it most of the time.
Yeah.
There is.
It comes and goes. I
Yes,
think that's
yes.
natural. But I think like, you know, like I continue to do this podcast. I
Yeah.
continue to spend hours each week
Yep.
on this podcast, and I make $0 from
But
it.
you love doing it. There's a reason you do this.
Yes.
I mean to ask you that. Can I ask you a question?
Sure, you can ask me a
I
question.
know you're the interviewer on the interview. Why? What made you hit pop? I mean, you have
Yeah.
you have a dope voice, so like leave it
Thank
there.
you.
But
You know, like you said about being a kid and like
Yeah.
mixing things up and like doing it from the start. When I look back, I realized this recently. When I look back at my life, I'm like, I was doing versions of this all the time.
interviewing people or recording yourself or which?
Both.
Okay.
Honestly, both. Like I like the recording piece, like the like video, audio stuff. Like when I was a kid, my grandpa had a camcorder and he would do family videos all the time.
Okay.
And I loved just like number one, filming, but number two, sitting and watching what I just filmed. I love to just be like, look at us. And the rest of the kids would be like, why are we watching this again? And I'm like, but look we're on the
There
screen.
was
like
something you liked about
I
it.
loved it. And so then I think it was my 12th or 13th birthday, my grandpa got me my own camcorder. And so then I was
Nice.
making videos. And then I remember in high school, I was making videos with my friends. And then in college, I was making documentary films, but also
Okay.
still making like dumb videos with my friends. Like always doing some kind of video. And I went to college for broadcasting because I thought I wanted to be on the radio.
I feel like I knew that, and then I also feel like I forgot that.
Yeah, I forgot it. I was like, that's the whole reason I was a communication major was because I had a teacher in high school.
Wait a minute.
Who
You
was
wanted
like-
to be on the radio?
I did.
Do you still want to be on the radio?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it.
I still want to be on the radio.
Yeah.
That's always been a dream.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean,
There-
this
there'd
is
be-
our reel. This is our tape. We're gonna submit this.
I don't know whom to, but
right.
I
Well,
love it. Okay.
I worked at Star 102.5 with Rob Lucas for a year.
Okay.
Producing for him. So
But not you on the radio.
well,
You
he
were
would bring
behind
me
the-
on every so often,
Okay.
but he was the star of the show. So appropriately so.
Emily
but-
and DJA in the morning.
You
Now,
know?
It doesn't sound good yet. We got to come up with a
We'll
different
work
one.
it out. We'll work it out.
That could be fun though. I'm not saying no.
I'm not saying no. I'm like, no, this is episode 54, so I have a whole bunch of
Holy
proof.
crap,
Can
you're
you believe
already-
that?
Yeah.
I know.
And is that one a week or one a day?
One a week.
You
One a
did-
day.
Wait a minute.
Good Lord.
Well, I mean,
I took a so
you're
I
right.
started
You're right.
this.
That's a lot.
That would be a
Hold
lot. Like holy crap, I would not be able to have a job or
No.
children. But yeah, I started this in September 2022.
Okay.
I took a little break last year between June and September-ish, I think. June,
That's
October.
awesome.
Yeah, but now this will be episode
This is 54?
54. I think so.
Holy-
54 or 55.
All right.
One of
Wow,
those.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so I've been doing like versions of this for so long. I had a radio show at Canisius, you know, like
I did not know that either.
I did with my friend Mitch, and I wish I could find it because I know we put it on YouTube, but I can't find it anywhere. But
That
you know,
would be
so
great.
I've been doing versions of that, but I'm also a very empathetic and curious person. So I
Yeah.
love and relationship builder. I love creating like building relationships.
You
meeting
got
new
it all,
people.
Delilah. Let's go.
I am Delilah.
2024.
So yeah, so it's been there, and so even though right now this is just like a creative hobby of
Yeah.
mine, I like really believe that if it's not this podcast, maybe someone hires
It's
me
a
to be a
spout
host
off of it somehow.
of another
Sure.
podcast,
Yeah.
or maybe a radio show or something. But like
Do you still make films?
well, through work I do.
Okay.
I produce them. I
Okay.
don't edit them as much because I work with somebody who does the editing and the
Right.
directing.
And you have a cameraman then as well.
Yeah, Justin
Okay.
Bondi. you
Oh,
know,
yeah, okay.
Justin. So
All right.
Justin and I partner and work together
Gotcha.
with a bunch of clients and stuff.
That's awesome.
So I love getting to do that. I'm
Yeah.
like, I want to do more of that work with my clients.
Do you have a chair? Do you have one of the director's
I
chairs? the
need
little-
to get one.
You need one.
And actually, he has one of those.
You don't
I've
have a
seen
slate
them.
yet?
He has a slate.
Okay. I mean,
so
those are cheap. The director's chairs cost a little bit more.
Okay.
You can get a slate for like
I'll
20
save
bucks.
for it. Yeah, that's probably true on
Yeah.
Amazon or something.
It'd be fun. And
Yeah.
then you can do it right here. You'd be like, and episode.
That's a good idea.
You take, and then you got your sink too.
Oh my god, I'm gonna do that. Who wants to sponsor that? Someone want to
A
sponsor
slate.
that?
All we need is a slate.
Which
Well,
actually,
she needs a slate.
once again, let me shout out our sponsor really quick. We'll take a quick break for a quick sponsor. We're not using the mic right now, but thank you, Free Street Tavern, for the microphone. And thank you, Casa de Pizza, for the audio mixer that I haven't picked up yet, but I'm going to get it. So thank you both. We love you. All right, back to you. Let's get it back to you.
Okay, sorry.
So
Sidetrack over here.
I think I probably know the answer to this question because of hearing about like the beginning of your career.
Okay.
But if you got to a point where you're like, you know what, I think I'm done.
Okay.
I can't do this anymore. What would you do? And this is a
Retire?
question. Yeah, retire. Okay. But what if it was like now? And this is, I can't take credit for this
Do I
question.
have to?
Sam in Sulaco asked this. He wanted to know.
If I have to retire now,
Not have to. Like, let's just say you're at a point and you're like,
I just don't
for
wanna do
some
it
reason,
anymore.
yeah, you just don't want to do it, or
Okay.
maybe you don't want to do it.
I have other hobbies of things I'd like to do. Do I have to still make money, or have I made it to the point where like
No, you have to make money.
Okay.
You have to live. Yeah.
then I would probably go into something with real estate or something like that. I've always been interested in it. I love the idea
You
of
could
properties.
sell,
I like the
for
history of
sure.
it. I don't even know if I want to sell them.
Yeah.
I would almost like to be, I don't want to say a flipper either, because I'd like to think I have a bit of a design eye. I'd like to make things look nice, but I don't know how to do all of that. Obviously, I can figure out how to learn or go to school if I need to, but
Sure.
I love the idea of like taking a property and making it pretty and then
Yeah.
making more money than you originally started with. I don't know. That seems
does
like a
sound
fun
nice.
next career.
Yeah. I like that. My issue is always that like I have to logistically understand every single piece.
How it works.
Yeah. And so which is why I think I'm good at interviewing, because I just think of all the things. I'm like, well, but how does
That's
that
good detail.
work? You
Right.
know? But so with that, it sounds really cool, but I'm like, okay, but I know other people, I would need other people, and like what
Oh
things
yeah,
am I
you'd
not
have to
thinking
have a
of? Like,
team and people with you,
Yeah.
or at least some kind of mentorship for a while. I
Right,
assume that's
right.
not a jump in with
Yeah.
a couple bucks and hope to make it out. There's too many people that I'm sure have failed doing that.
100%. Yeah. It's an expensive one.
Oh sure,
It's a risky one.
definitely not. Yeah, not
You
the,
gotta have some money for
like
that.
buying a harmonica and taking that up
Right.
as a lesson,
You
or
could do
some
that. I bet you
plants.
could do that.
You know,
Or some plans. So I also noticed that on social media,
Uh-oh.
you have been doing some positivity for your day.
I figured I'd try something new.
I like that. So where did that come
start.
from? Yeah. So wait, let's tell the people.
All right.
Explain
The
what you're doing
people.
so that
Are you
folks
the
who haven't
people?
seen it.
You're the people.
You're the people.
What are we telling them? We're telling them though.
Explain kind of like what your post that you've been doing on
So
social.
every morning I get up and I hop on to my phone with my little stupid rig that I've built, and I kind of look for a little inspiration for the day or an affirmation or even a joke to like just try and like pump a little more positivity in the world instead of like all of the other stuff that is out there. And it's sort of taken a little, I mean, people see it. That's something. I get told it all the time. I get stopped somewhere and like, good positivity today or maybe not so good one. But
Has anyone said that to you? Not a good one.
No.
I was gonna say.
I haven't heard that yet, but somebody will say something, or there'll be a comment, which you gotta ignore those. There's always somebody with something.
Yeah.
I got told not to keep pumping bullshit in the world. I'm like, it's positivity. It's definitely not. Again,
Cranky.
They needed something to say, right?
Grouchy.
So, I very much like doing this because I think it's actually made my day more positive.
Totally.
So I'm not just doing it for me. I'm not doing it just for you. I'm doing it for, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why am I doing it?
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm creative. I'm creating something.
You are creating something. It's something positive.
Yes.
It's got a benefit for you because then you start your day in a positive mindset.
That's the whole thing, right?
Like, I love that. I think it's so true that how you start your day affects everything else.
Oh, God, yes.
It is so true. Like, I've had multiple people on this podcast who are like, gratitude. You have to start your day with gratitude, which I very much appreciate, and I really try to do, but I often forget.
Sure.
But even like...
It's so busy.
Yes.
You're a parent.
Yeah.
You're a parent.
Right.
It's so busy just to be a human.
Yeah.
That to not start out your day with it's like already starting out with like the treadmill running and like, oh, I gotta hop on and keep going.
Right.
Oof.
It's true. It's true. And if you and then if like something stressful happens, first thing, like you open your email. For those of you who are not watching this and are just listening, you're really missing out because DJ every so often will look at the screen and make a funny face.
Yeah,
so
I mean, you can't put a camera in front of me without
You're welcome,
goofiness.
YouTube. But yeah, if you open your email or you check Instagram first, or you or even your kid, like your first thing is your 3-year-old who's already angry and you just woke up, it can set your day off in such, and I'm speaking from experience, it will set me off in such a grouchy way. And I try to remember this every time I drive my boys to school, because I'm trying to bring it back now. I used to be really good about starting every morning on the drive to school. We would listen to affirmations.
All right.
They were specifically for kids.
Okay.
And this woman would say them, and then Jax and I would repeat them.
Back.
And now
Sure.
Eli is old enough that he can do it too.
Nice.
So it's really cute. It's like, I grow tall and strong like an oak tree. I am confident. I give love and respect. I receive love and respect. Like it's so cute. And it works for them, but it works for me too.
You even if it sounds childish, it works.
It really does. So I love that. So everyone should follow you. What are you on Instagram?
So Instagram is at The Real DJA.
The Real DJA. Okay, so follow The Real DJA. Get some positivity for your day every morning. I love it. I really love it.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's totally wrong.
Nope, that's not right.
Nope, at DJA Buffalo at Instagram.
At
I think
DJA
that's
Buffalo.
the TikTok is The Real DJA.
Oh, okay, so there you go. Follow him on TikTok while you still can.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah, next episode. No, okay.
Right, exactly. So, being a DJ is... For now.
As you said.
Right, for now. He's going to get into real estate next. But I think something that maybe a lot of people...
Films.
Or films.
Or radio.
Or radio.
Oh, man.
We're going to have our radio show. There's so many options.
I just like doing things.
I get it.
Creative.
It's the creative. I think something that stops a lot of people from pursuing different careers that maybe they feel more drawn to is the feeling that, oh, well, somebody else is doing it already. Somebody else has already got it. There's already so many people in this market.
Yeah.
And I think I definitely see this with like wedding planners but DJs for sure. Like there's a good handful of DJs who are very good.
Yes.
So at any point, was that something that you would consider? Question number one. And question number two, how do you differentiate yourself from the other DJs?
What am I considering? I know.
Like, did you ever consider that when you were starting? Were you like,
there's like too many or
were
it's saturated?
Were you like, is this too
Yes.
saturated? Is there
Absolutely.
not really opportunity for me?
I say yes and no because obviously just starting out, you're the wee weakling, and I knew nobody. I didn't go to music school, so I didn't have any teachers or anybody who had an in. But nonetheless, there is a lot of DJs. anywhere, any state, any online, it's definitely saturated. But you just do your own thing. I do my own thing, and I try not to replicate anybody or steal anybody's sound, or I just have a way that I play music or how I like music. I think sometimes I mix things that absolutely don't work, and that's okay, because that's just we're on a journey together here. And so there's a lot of DJs. There's a lot of great DJs. There's a few not so good DJs.
Yeah, right. Always.
But nonetheless,
always, in every field.
Yeah, and that's absolutely any field. And you could say that any market is probably oversaturated at this point in the world we live in today.
For sure.
There's far less markets that have not a lot of people or underrated or whatever than the other one, because as soon as somebody figures it out, between the internet and everything else, we're all trying it. Whatever the next trend is, boom, we're on it.
Yeah. There you go. Get that back.
We got that.
Yeah. Killing it. We're killing it over here. Yeah, for real. So, and I'll tell you.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. But really, like, I think, again, it comes back to, like, the belief. Like, what do you feel inside? Do you feel like this is what you're supposed to be doing?
Yeah.
If you really, like, and you have to, like, be able to be in touch with yourself. I think sometimes we are so, like, not, like, physically, but, like, grounded in yourself.
Yes.
I think many people are they're just so clouded by expectations of other people and the world and society and what you're supposed to do and what jobs are supposed to look like. And, exactly. Ugh. But it's scary, especially in today's world, because just nothing is guaranteed.
Right.
And if anything, that should just make you feel like, well, nothing is guaranteed. I might as well just do what the hell I want.
Do it.
I might as well do what I want, So, but also I want to say, I get to work with different DJs all the time.
Sure.
And there is a differentiator in you besides like your music. A differandrew. Like besides the music and the way that you mix it, your personality, I think, is a really big piece of being a DJ. I think that's
what has made me even remotely successful, because I'm okay being a dum-dum and having fun at other people's expense so that they're laughing at me, because then they're calm and they're having a good time.
Yeah.
If the whole room is stiff, play a goofy song, be dumb. Just be a ham.
Yeah. So has there ever been a situation where you were playing a gig and it just was going flat?
Oh, yeah. And not once, more than a handful of times.
Yeah.
And it has to do with, I hate to say it, I'm a DJ.
Yeah.
I am not the person who makes the I can bring my energy and I can play my best song and I can have nobody move. And I could also play the worst song and everybody could move, because it all has to do with the crowd and the people.
Yep.
It's easiest to say this for a wedding. If you know your people and you bring the right crowd in the room, you're all going to have a great time no matter what. No, doesn't matter if the sound system if the sound system doesn't work, if it's raining and they forgot the food, you're going to have a great time, because you're just gonna. But if you can't just be, at least, you have to be okay with it, no matter which way you spin it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to win them all.
Yeah.
I'm not. I cannot make every single person in a room happy. Yeah. Absolutely not. I'm going to play a song somebody hates. I'm sorry. I didn't know. What do you want me to say?
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I can't read your minds, unfortunately.
And I do my best to read the room or just play vibes, but you're not going to win them all.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you go home and do it again.
That's it. That's it. So last question I'll ask you before we get to the last question.
Ooh.
What advice would you give to someone who is considering a similar career path and who is considering becoming a DJ, doesn't really know how to get started, doesn't really know if there's already too many, is doubting
themselves?
There's
always too many and there's always not enough.
Yeah.
The easiest answer for that is you better know you love it. I'm going to look at the camera for this. You better know you love this, and you better be sure, because if you are not, it's so much harder to give up. Nobody wants to fail. It's okay to fail, but nobody wants to fail, and it's so much harder to give up 10 years in than it is just trying it out. So do it.
Yeah.
Try it.
Love that. Why not? Give it a go. Do it.
Whether it's music or podcasting or making films.
Yeah. But you have to love it. You're right. I tried, like, I think about my friend, my best friend Alex would poke fun at me all the time because I always had this dream of being a blogger, like a successful blogger.
Yeah.
And
here we are.
Right, here we are. And I have, because I do, like, it's the creator. It's like the creative person. Like, I do like creating content, but written content is a little bit harder for me. Like, it's just harder to move forward. This is easy for me.
Right.
This is so easy. It comes naturally. I fucking love it. You know? I love it. You have to love it. It's so real. But yeah, the blog thing just never, I've written so many, like, here I am restarting the blog.
Yeah. That's hard to
things.
do.
And then there's no other one though, you know? Whereas this, like, we're 54 episodes in.
That's amazing.
You know, like we took a couple months break during a really difficult time.
Sure.
And, you know, that's got to happen. But, like, I'm back in it. I'm in it to win it.
Yeah,
life. Like, and that's going to happen. But I love it. And I love, like, I've gotten to meet so many new people. I have people reaching out to me now to be on the podcast, which is amazing. Like, it's just so fun. So you just never know where things are going to lead, and it might not be where exactly you think it's going to go.
Absolutely not. It's never going to be exactly where you're going.
Probably not. No. Yeah, it's very
no.
unlikely. So I guess that's the other thing too, is like you need to be open to the possibilities. Like have an idea of where you're going, but be open to how you get there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So
I agree.
Yeah, that's your motivational talk for the day. From Emily, Rose, and DJ.
Did we turn this thing into a positivity?
We did.
Like a giant
little positivity for your Friday.
Yeah.
So last question for you.
If you're driving home on the LA traffic right now, and you're listening, and you're stuck in traffic, just know it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay. Let me do my best, Delilah. Hello everyone. It's Delilah. I'm here today. I hope you've had a nice day. Maybe you're heading home. You got a little cup of tea, sitting in front of the fire. Got a little cat purring on your lap right now. I hope you do. Kids are asleep. I'm sure it's been a tough one, Mom. I'm sure it has. All right, that's enough. All right, last question for you.
That's awesome.
I could do better, but that was the best I had on the fly.
I'm gonna call in one day, and I'm gonna be the discerning caller that like needs help and your advice.
Yeah. Or like, oh, we've got Andrew on the line. He wants to send a special message to his fiancée, Nicole.
There we go.
Shout out to Nicole, by the way.
Yeah.
So last question for you. Let's say it's your last day on Earth.
Oh God.
Okay. Is your last day.
Mm-hmm.
You have had a super fulfilling career, super fulfilling life. You and Nicole just lived it up, had a fucking ball, okay? What are the 3 lessons that you learned in your lifetime that you would leave
where I thought this was going.
behind? Where did you think it was going?
I was like, what do you want to do that day? I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to have a nice meal and like maybe find a sunset or something. What is 3 lessons you leave behind?
Yes.
Oh, God,
what are the 3 things? These are the only things that you can leave behind, nothing else. What are the 3 lessons?
Oh, man.
Yep. You can do this. Stay in frame. There we go.
I am not Miss America.
World peace.
3 lessons that I'd leave behind. I mean, one of them has to be something to do with like kindness and just the way that like you treat people and the way that people treat you definitely have a correlation. If you go in anywhere with a bad attitude, you're probably going to be met with a bad attitude.
Yeah.
If you go in there goofy and happy, you might walk out with a friend. It just might be fun and a whole new day. That's only one.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Like 1.5 right there. 3 lessons. Okay,
Yep.
Number two lesson that I'm going to leave off this earth today.
Yeah. What would you want people to know?
Don't give a fuck. Don't.
I love it.
Because we all care too much.
Yeah.
I mean, we care what people think. We care how we look. We care how we sound. I care how I sound.
You do, but you shouldn't give a fuck.
No. I am learning that in my ripe young age of 35 years old. It is taking me. I am piggybacking off the lessons that my grandparents taught me, that my parents taught me, that you learned in school, that you learned in experience, and like taking all those together. Everybody in that spectrum would agree that the kindness needs to be number one. Mm-hmm. And okay, I'll say it for my grandparents in that case, not caring so much what other people think.
Yeah.
And man, number 3.
Because if you, just to expound upon
Yeah.
that, there's another great word, expound upon.
You're going.
But
Two
I
for
really
two,
am.
3 for
I
3.
really am. SAT words here.
Just put a little
But
screen back there and write them up when you do big words.
I know I should give myself a round of applause. But and now I forgot what I was going to say.
You're
Because
expounding.
if we think, I'm expounding. If we care, obviously, when we care too much about what other people think, it stops us from being our authentic, true selves and living the way that we want. And
Yeah.
and the point is that we, I mean, who knows really, but like in this body, in this life, this is the only one you have. So do
Just
it. Like, just do it. Like you said before, it's a combination of the don't care about what other people think and just do it.
Yeah.
Do what it is that you're feeling. Like, just try it. There's just so much life.
I got 3.
Okay,
Thank
here we
you-
go.
Thank
Here we
you
go.
for taking some time expounding so that I
got
can
you.
come up with it. Number 3 is do whatever it takes to have a great day. And by that, I mean go find your happiness. You have to obviously make money to, have a house or shelter or, food and things like that. But aside of that, even if you can do it while doing that, if you can make work play and enjoy it, so much better. But whatever it takes to find that happiness, holy crap, do it, man. Just do it.
Love it.
Just do it.
That is so great. So at the end of the day, we're not sponsored by Nike.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But just do it. Just do it. If you haven't learned anything
That's
from
my
this
quote.
episode,
If that's what you all take away from this,
just
shame
do
you
it.
missed 50 or odd minutes before.
Thank you.
This was juicy.
This
This was good.
was so good. Thank you for coming in and for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. This is so fun.
Thank you for having me. I was nervous for a minute.
Really?
I was.
You
I was.
you
I
were
left
on the
house-
mic in front
I
of
know.
people all the
I
time.
know. And then sometimes I hate it and sometimes I love it.
That is so fun.
But-
See, there you go.
Also, this is my first podcast in real life.
Really?
So shout out to that.
First one.
First real one.
Love it.
I've recorded myself in front of a camera, but I don't post that.
you do that all the time.
Well, the little ones. But I've tried to do this whole thing one time.
yeah.
I got so lost.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Just
no,
because
I
the
needed
mic is big.
I needed your guidance. The something to talk about and not just random.
I see.
And that helps.
I got you.
You honed this. You
Yeah,
Joe
I
Rogan
try.
this into
Oh, God, don't compare me to him,
Okay.
no.
who's a really famous? I was just thinking of the
Say
most.
Jay Shetty.
Okay.
Jay
I don't-
Shetty. Or Lewis House.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
You are the next at the question. You had it rolling. You good? We could
Thank
go
you.
deep. We could go for hours.
Thank you.
I'm gonna stop here.
Appreciate it. We could go for hours, but we will stop here. Thank you for listening. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Hope you feel a little bit more positive. Hope you feel amped up, because I do. And I have to go edit this now and get it up before midnight tonight because
Okay.
it's Friday, and I promise to get these out every
It's
Friday.
crazy.
It is crazy, but it's good. Like, this is great. There's no edits. Hopefully you didn't say that much. Hopefully I didn't say that much. But if we did, sorry. Pretend that you didn't hear it.
It's okay.
Which I didn't say anything until the end, so you probably didn't even notice.
It's real.
And follow us at DJ The Real.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know.
It's okay.
I was
I'll
gonna
put it
go
in the
with
show
yours.
notes. I'll put it in the show notes. Follow me at
Yes.
Mostly All Figured Out. I have a closing now, so that
yeah.
might actually be in my closing. But thanks for listening. We'll see ya in a week. Well, not you, but me. Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode, there's a few things you can do to really help your girl out. Please subscribe, rate the podcast, give me a little review. All those things really do help me in a lot of ways. And this year, I'm really trying to expand my reach. I'm trying to get this podcast in front of more people who might need it. My people, our people. So let's keep growing this beautiful community of nice people who are just trying to be their best selves. So if you know someone who might like it, please send them the link, share it in your stories, tag us, which is another thing you can do, actually. If you're not already, please follow us on Instagram at Mostly All Figured Out. I've actually been very good about posting new episodes every Friday, so you can see who is up. You can get some little previews, sneak previews with some sound bites that we post throughout the week. And it really helps, again, in expanding our reach a little bit and getting us out there in front of more people. So thank you for doing that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting. Love y'all.